going on, guys? I am Venom 2 million, and who are you? Who is this?
My name's Jalen Tate Lucas. I'm a graphic designer and an illustrator, and me and Yakeem just did
Venom.
what?
We just saw The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and we're about to review it. Now, the movie is not out yet in America. This Saturday, we're going to also review it live on UrbanationRadio.com, and we're going to do the same. We're going to go into a lot more detail live, though. But in this, we're going to briefly share our thoughts. So this is non-spoiler territory. So, what did you think?
Okay, so before I go into detail on just exactly how I felt about this new movie, let me tell you about how I felt about the first one. Now, I came out of the first movie, we both experienced this, knowing that we really wanted to love it. We wanted to really badly.
I convinced myself to love it.
We really convinced ourselves. I had a hard time convincing myself that I just loved the first the Amazing Spider-Man movie. But after a while, I just realized I didn't, and it really made me worried about the new one. You guys are in for a treat. See the new Spider-Man movie. See it immediately. It's a great experience. See it in 3D. Probably some of the best 3D graphics that I've seen in a movie in a while. A lot of people don't like seeing 3D movies.
Oh, man.
The real D in this movie was real D. See it. Man, it was great.
I want to briefly talk about just my experience with the first one. So when I first saw Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 1, I was like, awesome, love it. And then I saw it the second time and I was like, ugh. And I saw it the third time, I was like, ugh. I'm going to tell the truth though. Now, before me seeing this today, I recently saw The Amazing Spider-Man 1 like 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to tell the truth. I do not hate it. I do like it. I enjoy watching it for what it is, right? With me seeing this movie now, I have two things pop into my head. First off, that movie was amazing. I love The Amazing Spider-Man 2. It was excellent. Second thing, we did not need The Amazing Spider-Man 1 in any way.
Nope.
We didn't need it in any way, and that boggles my mind. This movie could have been The Amazing Spider-Man 1. It could have been it. You can go into this movie without seeing the first one and pretty much understand the gist of what's going on. There may be a few things that you may not know about, like in terms of spoiler for the first one, Gwen's father dying, and maybe a few other things. But besides that, this movie stands by itself, and this is like the starting point of the trilogy. I feel, I really enjoyed The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like you said, the 3D, this 3D was
phenomenal.
Crazy.
Absolutely.
I was sitting there, and when something would happen, an explosion or something, and particles would fly, I actually jumped. Like, and that doesn't happen to me. I was like that, and like, and my eyes blinked. My brain was like, "Oh, it's gonna hit you in the face if you don't move out the way." Like Spider-Man.
I've never felt closer to Spider-Man before I saw this movie in 3D.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
We had reserved seats. We had reserved seats. We got them in the front, and I had worried feelings about it. And after, when the movie first starts, you gotta adjust. But being that close to the screen was perfect for the 3D that we got looking at Spider-Man in that movie. I never felt any more close. They go really far with the graphics in this movie. They really do.
Oh man. Now, without spoiling anything, what do you think about the story?
The story? Now, as far as the first one, they really hinted at trying to get into all the other movies and how things were going, and I'm pretty sure Yakeem's talked about that. Venom has talked about that in his other videos. But they didn't need it. Not only does that all become a lot really changed, and it becomes inferior to the amount of information that you get in this new movie. Like, all of it is like in there, except it's really what you need to get anywhere within it. Like, there are very few details within the first movie that actually mattered.
Yeah, and what's so interesting to me, I think of like how people were always saying it's an origin, like for the first one when it was coming out, it's an origin story. Oh God, I don't want to see it. And when I see this second movie, I can imagine this being the Amazing Spider-Man 1, and then just having flashbacks of Spider-Man getting bit, Peter getting bit, or stuff like, and like the Oscorp scene being a flashback.
Man of Steel.
Him exactly, like flashbacks, and it really just shows and comes to me like the Amazing Spider-Man 1 sole purpose. I don't know. Like, all right, I'm gonna say it. The Amazing Spider-Man 1's sole purpose was just so Sony would retain the rights. That's what I get from that. I'm like, they planted seeds, right? And when they made with the Amazing Spider-Man 1, nothing happened. It was no growth. The only thing we got from it, Peter got bit by a spider, and the lizard guy's doing stuff which has no effect on anything, and George Stacy dies. Oh, and Uncle Ben dies.
And there's a corporation.
And there's a corporation. Right. That's it. With this movie, it's like, this is happening, and this is happening, and this is happening, and this is happening, and this happened in the past, and this connects. It's like, wow, like, this movie was excellent in terms of story. And me being us being a Spider-Man fans, it's like, I was like, yes.
That was it.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
I've been waiting a long time. And I can't wait longer. I mean, we've got movies in between. Yeah. But this is it's gonna be hard. I can't.
Man. Made Spider-Man 3 in 2016.
I'm gonna be in college. We're gonna be in college.
My God.
How am I supposed to wait till Man. Everybody watching, before you even realize why, let's all give a big round of applause to Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, first let's talk about...
First Jamie Foxx. We'll leave the best for last.
Wait a minute. Jamie Foxx. Oh my goodness. Like, just the I remember it was the interview with Jamie Foxx, and I never said it on camera, really. But he would go into, he said, I gave Electro his own voice, and then he'd be like, and like, it sounds so corny.
Everything
in this movie, when Max Dillon becomes Electro, you know Max Dillon is gone. It's just Electro, and he is here to destroy, like, Electro. Oh my goodness.
Electro was it.
Oh my goodness. Oh, now to my favorite. I'm sorry, Dane Dehaan.
He did an amazing job. Dane Dehaan takes threatening to a level. He takes it to a level.
Oh my God! Like, he is the type of guy that he's like, you can't mess with me even if you want to. And it's not even in the douchebag way. It's like
straight up, his own way of doing it.
Like
it's literal.
Like, listen, I hear what you're saying, but you're not gonna do anything. You know how, like, Tony Stark has that douchebag, like, I'm better than you because I am. Think of, like, a Tony Stark without that I'm better than you. It's not like that. Like he said, and it's Mr. Osborn to you.
I am not
your friend. Like, oh, okay.
All
right. Like, Dane Dehaan, Jamie Foxx was saying, watch out for that kid. I said today, we were having a conversation, I said it, and like, you and we were sitting at the table with our friends, everybody was like, what? I was like, Dane Dehaan is the next Leonardo DiCaprio.
And the reason I had trouble believing it is because I didn't have much to go on.
Right.
This guy's in one movie that people noticed.
It's starring at one. Because he was in Lincoln too.
Movies.
He was in Lincoln, like, briefly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they bring him out. He comes out and you see him as, Chronicle and Dane Dehaan, Spider-Man Dane Dehaan. Dane Dehaan is the future. We got stuff coming, guys. Dane Dehaan's in there.
Oh man, it was Dane Dehaan, Harry. I remember I was watching some reviews and reading things. People were saying Harry Osborn was creepy. Now, me personally, I didn't take Harry Osborn as being creepy. I took Harry Osborn as being the guy that was about getting things done, getting what he wants, and him establishing, listen, I am going to do what I want to do because I want to do it, or because I need to do it. I felt like they were saying Harry Osborn's he's creepy and stuff. I didn't feel that. I felt like he was, I understood where he was coming from. I understood why he was doing the things he was doing, the motivation.
Exactly. And he's not a really, I want to say, cliche-ish villain for now. It's legitimate. He has a legitimate human excuse for doing everything he does.
Right.
It's a legitimate human excuse for everything.
Yes.
And if there's anything I could say, it's that his eyes are probably they're the focal point of his character. There's something about him in his eyes that creates him as a character for me. That I don't know if that's just me, but when you look at him in those close-ups, it's like,
yeah, like
hi, Dane Dehaan.
This movie I felt was much more human or personal. Like,
Oh yeah.
like the scenes with Aunt May and Peter. I don't know if it was just me in the old franchises. We didn't see Aunt May that much. We saw her, and when she was there, you know, it was sure like we were like, oh, that's his aunt. You know, he loves her, she loves him.
Right.
In this movie, it's like they've been living together. She is his mother, basically. She is his mother, and you can feel that. You can feel the love that she has for him, the love that he has for her, the respect. You can really feel like she is a parent to him. She is a motherly figure. You can feel that. I really, really like that. That the relationship between Peter and Aunt May, and Gwen and Peter, their relationship, it was, I said today, we were talking, I was like, the way that they made Spider-Man 1 ended, it was, I felt as if Peter was being disrespectful.
Yeah.
He was like, for him to say, for the teacher to say, don't make promises you can't keep, and for him to say, that's the best kind. After her father's dying wish was to stay away from her, and that is completely disrespectful. Like, he disregarded his dying wish. And in this film, first of all, we see him paying for that.
He made up for it.
Like, he is paying for that, dude. And then the relationship between him and Gwen, I feel like it's really human and natural. Yep. I really, really appreciate it and enjoyed that.
The relationship between Gwen and Peter in this movie, it becomes, you know, and this all goes into me and my habits within training myself to withstand trailers and things like that. Those are all gonna dumb down after this movie. This movie, although, here's what I'm gonna tell you guys right now. This is why you need to see this movie. I don't care what you saw, any spoilers, any trailers that you thought revealed too much. They threw that away. There were some scenes where you're like, yeah, that's one of those things they've revealed.
We saw that in the trailer.
They're so petty.
Right.
They do not matter. They actually don't matter.
Right.
And I came in the theater thinking that's gonna be the biggest deal on earth.
Me too.
And then they flipped it around.
Like, I came into the movie with the expectation, I already saw this. Like I said before, I was like, I'm excited. Jalen was like, I am too. And I really was like, no, I'm not.
Don't say it out loud.
No, I'm not. I'm not excited. And then when I saw the movie, it was like, wait a minute.
They did it.
Wait. And there were some things that I, did catch, and I was, but like, I was genuinely surprised. In another way, for the things that I was right about, I am so happy that I am right, because they had two paths. You go down the path that was going to obliterate Spider-Man, or not. It was going to be the path where we, after the movie, we say, hey, it was alright, but they could have did this better. Or they go down the path, let's try to actually make a movie that is great. And I am so happy to say that they chose the path, let's make a movie that's great. I felt the passion, I felt the interest, I felt like the filmmakers making this movie actually cared.
They cared.
Like,
the actors did too.
The actors cared. Everyone was there. There was no one that was bad. Well, actually, what did you say? Who was bad? You said one person was bad.
Who was that?
The Rhino. You said.
Woo! Hey guys, if there's one last thing I want to say before we tune in on Urban Nation Radio and finish all this. Tune in. Rhino's character, Paul Giamatti. And I was thinking about this before I saw the movie, but that changed for me when I actually started watching the movie because it was so good looking. But Paul Giamatti was exactly what I expected him to be. He was very goofy. It was hard. It was hard. It was hard seeing him, and I don't know how you guys feel about it. And I even accepted it at some points with him being like a general Russian villain. It made sense to me why he worked the way he did and why they did it, but I can't get over how much of a cartoon he is. I am ready to destroy.
Wait, okay. Now, I'm gonna tell the truth. I didn't feel as if it was bad because he was not the main guy. He was only in there, Mark Webb said 4 minutes. And I didn't even feel like it was 4 minutes.
Which is why it was still a great movie. It was still great because he was only in there for 4 minutes.
In the next movie, I'm willing to bet money he's gonna be on this game. Letsky Setskovich, you'll be a lot better. We have to wrap up now. But tune in on UrbanationRadio.com this Saturday at 2 p.m. We're gonna do a live review. Live. Hold on, let me get that because the light is in your face. We're gonna do a live. Okay, so whatever. We're gonna do a live review. I'm talking about live. We're gonna do spoilers. First spoiler free, then spoilers. We're gonna have you guys call in, tell us what you guys think is gonna be great. UrbanationRadio.com this Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check it out, guys. Amazing Spider-Man 2 was great. Final words.
Go see the movie.
Yes, it was excellent.
Applause to the actors.
Yes.
See you later.
Yes. All right. Peace out, guys. Tune in on Urban Nation Radio. Peace.
Venom 2 million.